The following game has been rated E10+, which is short for everyone aged 10 and up by the ESRB for fantasy violence, and online interactions are not rated by the ESRB. So basically fantasy violence. That means anyone under the age of 10 should not be watching this video. You have been warned. Greetings and salutations, I am Outlier, and I bid you welcome to this channel. Joining me today is, of course, my usual co-hosts, Snowball and Wolf. And today we are returning back to Minecraft. What, no joke today? So the premise of Minecraft is that you are thrown into this world consisting entirely of three-dimensional cubic blocks. Well, yeah, I guess that is the case. And when you're in this world, the only sole objective that serves as the primary objective for the game is to basically survive. Now, you can deconstruct the entirety of your environment, block by block, as it were. That was both a joke and yet at the same time not a joke. At which point you then use the blocks that you harvest to build whatever your heart desires. Now, there is technically an end game to the game. There's a boss to fight in the form of a giant dragon in a alternate, well, I don't want to say alternate, but it's a pocket dimension, which the only way you have access to is to slaughter a whole horde of enemies for various pieces, and then you have to find the one gateway to there, slog through an entire dungeon in order to actually get to said entranceway, activate the entrance portal, and then you get to fight the final boss. And even then, there's still an even stronger boss that you can fight, but you actually have to build that one. But I haven't really ever done either in all the time that I've played Minecraft. I just like building things and figuring out how to make things work in game. And I'm not on par with, well, I'm not even close to being as capable as probably a large, good cross-section of the community. I can build what I like building, but I've seen pictures and heard other people talk about people building immense, majestic things and whole worlds unto themselves, and they can actually program an actual functioning computer in the Minecraft world to function as a computer would. And I can't do any of that. I can make a door open and close, that's about it. But I press on. I mean, I enjoy playing the game. I would probably play more of it were it not the case that I have quite a few games that I want to play, and it seems like never enough time to actually play them. Part of the reason why why I post this online. But that's not important. This game is, of course, made by Thank you again. That being said, let us begin.
I saw that. There's a zombie right outside. And it's raining. No, I may not rest because there are monsters nearby. So let's go do something slightly, probably not a good idea. Let's dig this way. Because I don't feel like just standing here for 10 minutes. Huh. I thought I'd cut into that. But I don't feel like standing here for 10 minutes waiting for dawn to happen. Because a monster won't let me go to sleep. And yes, I know it's a zombie. So I'm just going to dig into the quarry, and I must admit I didn't really have much in the way of plans for this episode. I did some small work off camera, but not nearly as much as I should have. And right now my plan was just to basically mine stone because I need more for Nimbus City above the clouds, and I didn't get around to it yet. And since it's raining and there's a zombie outside, I again can't switch it to daylight and just simply continue on, so I guess I did get to dig in from into the quarry from the outside and work my way in, as opposed to what I had planned and just simply work my way, start in the middle and work my way out, which is how I normally work the quarry. Assuming you don't fall asleep and just start digging. Yeah, that was fake. I have to admit, I don't remember why I dug these things out. But apparently I did. Go through a lot of stone... almost said torches. Go through a lot of stone pickaxes doing this. Well, I don't use metal ones because metal is actually harder to come by. And I need quantity as opposed to quality. So I find stone tools are better for mining in a quarry because, again, I need a large pile of stone and I'd burn through iron equipment. Well, probably not as quickly as stone because they do tend to last longer. Or burn through a large quantity of iron tools if I used iron tools. And I've never really found that much iron. Why do I feel like I keep mispronouncing the word iron? Weird. Alright, and since this is going to be the floor, we're going to dig down here, this way. Because this layer, I should probably actually go 4 down. I feel like I would actually go 4 down and then the floor, as opposed to 3 down and then the floor. It actually varies depending upon which quarry I'm talking about. I think originally I had 3 down. I went 3 blocks down and then floor, so it was like 1, 2, 3 floor. And then when building as I said before in a prior episode, with this core, I would basically turn it into a small, unoccupied city. And while I was building residences, I discovered that 3 blocks high just wasn't large enough for my design. I mean, it worked, but putting in a half block ceiling because the floor was right above it, and that floor belonged, and the ceiling one floor down belonged to was the floor one floor up, if that makes any sense.
Yes, I know it doesn't, but bear with me.
So I think I would actually go. I started doing 4 down, because that, I believe I read, is actually the range of a torch. The light, a torch illuminates up to 4 blocks away. So I believe I could get away with having the floor be 4 blocks down from these torches, and then the torches on the column were close enough that they were able to provide enough light illumination that nothing would actually spawn in the quarry proper. I'll just do that to make for ease of getting out. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would now be the floor. Okay, this is not a good idea. Ah. Jump. Where do you go? Alright, I'm going to have to remember that that is there.
Yes, I know what I said.
To edit that out. Really? And this is why I should be paying more attention to what's around me. Now, what's going to stink is when I dig the quarry that deep. Because now I know that there's actually a cave directly underneath where I'm digging. And as I said before, probably when I put these torches in, for the outer edge, to mark where the outer edge is, what I do is I also dig one level below, fill it with torches, and then put the walls up. But I'm not actually certain I have enough torches right now, although I am picking up a decent amount of coal. Well, 12 units, I guess, is decent. Look, some iron. Interesting. I'm also running out of storage space. Why do I have a spider's eye in inventory and 6 things of rotting flesh? Man, I do not remember what I picked up. Alright, well, that's one dirt block I'm not going to get back. So that'll serve for now. That, however, will not. Okay, so that'll get me that. Now I need torches. And it is daylight out now, finally. Apparently I worked through the day and it's now nighttime. But I did do some work on the quarry. It's now... I think you saw me do the wall last episode. But I did work on the upper level to an extent. So it's got most of... no, I think I did get that level done. And then I worked on a level above it. At the time, the oak trees weren't fully grown yet, and technically they still aren't. So I didn't have enough oak to actually finish the wall, so I just collected spruce to, well, build up the sides. Because now it's daylight. Listen, kid. I don't need none of your issues.
Because the only zombies that move that fast are zombie children.
Yeah, I did have some spare spruce planks. I did not realize this. Probably keep the food, put that away, that away. Yeah, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 full stacks of stone. That's 8. Get them cooking. Why do I hear what sound like walking? There's a creeper over there. Anyway. I see that creeper. Do I have any more coal other than that? I got more sticks. Yeah, I can make torches outside without the need for the crafting table. So let's see how far 48 torches will get me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Here's, speaking of coal, there's more coal. Of course, now I don't have any dirt to fill all this back in with. So I guess that's what I'm getting next. I mean, it's like I don't have enough of it. Grab this iron while I'm here. Grab this iron while I'm here. That's so that way it just makes walking easier. Even though this dirt block will eventually go away. It won't go away for some time. Why does it sound like it's raining again? And I am out of torches. No, I am not. I don't like how it sometimes puts torches where I don't want the torches to be. And found some more coal. And that was actually my last pickaxe. Interesting. Very interesting. Did not realize that. There's some more coal there too. I guess. Oh, it's not nighttime yet. I swear I'm hearing walking. You know, it's always interesting following various veins of stuff. Like the coal, for instance. I probably would never have found this chunk of iron ore if I didn't bother to dig out all the coal. But I have. And now I have more iron. Alright, so next level of torches is done. And so that way I don't miss track, misplace where I was. Put in a wall. And what I should probably do is, because normally I'd have this whole thing cleared out. But since I don't have that right now, what I'm going to do is work technically backwards. Although I may not have enough wood to actually do that. Yeah, I don't have enough wood to actually do that. Got close though. And it's nighttime. I can tell that without looking up, without seeing the sky, because it allowed me to sleep in the bed. And it doesn't do that unless it's nighttime. Why fight when you just let them burn to death? I'm glad that guy wasn't closer when I was originally backing up. And I have more rotten meat. I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do with all the rotten meat. What I'm going to do is, smelt 8 things of iron ore. I like cooking things in the furnaces in groups of 8. That way it uses up one unit of charcoal, or nowadays coal, evenly. Oh look, all the stone's done. Goody. Right. Forgot what I was going to do for a quick second. I'm going to eat this thing of beef, then fight this spider. because I always need string. Those are some drowned. So quite a few drowned. Entire family of drowned. But like I said, I could always use more string. Unless there's a better way to get string, but there isn't. So, more spruce. And for now, the only spruce I have access... Okay. The only spruce I have access to is over here. I mean, technically, I got an entire forest of spruce trees I can just keep chopping down. But the only patch that I'm intentionally growing for wood claiming is right here. Alright, so that appears to be all the fully grown spruce trees so far. Hello, wolf. Don't have any bones for you. So you can't really pick any. Just gonna replace these saplings real quick. Excuse me. We should be good for now. So yeah, the quarry's not tall enough. I can just basically walk right up here from it. What was I doing?
No, that's still a no.
Yeah, that should get me enough planks. Random torch right there. And here, for that matter. Wall this off with dirt. We should be good. Alright, so how I normally like working the quarry is if we take the central ladders down. You'll see I carved out a small area in here. And I just basically work from the inside out. Alright, so now one thing I don't always remember whether or not I do this or not, but can't remember if I also clear out the floor while doing this or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut away for the floor, or at least once I get to a certain distance of it. Because again, I don't have an infinite number of spruce blocks right now, so I can't really completely replace the floor. But I will do the central area, the central columns. And because this is technically the floor, rather than putting torches, I'll just put more spruce blocks down. Now, if I measured this correctly, I don't think it's far enough yet, but interesting. I clearly have not been counting out evenly, because it's 4 blocks to this side, 4 blocks to this side, but only 2 on the other 2 sides. So technically I need to go like this. Usually I'm better at it than this, but getting distracted by things. Alright, so since this side's also short, need to get 2 down this way. Alright, so this should now be 4, well, technically, what, 3, 10 by 10 square? Oh, 10, 11 by 11 square. But it's about 4 blocks from these torches, and as I said before in this episode, the light of the torches only extends about 4 blocks out. However, if we keep digging, memory serves, well, not yet, but we will eventually. I was saying, just as the torch's light ends, I was going to say, just as the torch's light ends, we dig into the little cubbyhole areas that are supposed to be connected to here. 2, 3, 4. I guess it's 5. Silly me. Just put ladders down in here. Going for a whole big reveal, and I miscounted. Story of my life. Chapter 1 he was born, Chapter 2 he died. It's a very small story. Short story. It's a very short story. Can't even talk anymore. Yes, and it's always been one of my flaws. I always think I've gone too far, done too much, and it turns out it's either I haven't gone far enough or haven't done as much as I needed to. Alright, so now as I was saying, because I guess I calculated that the torch was actually here, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 light ends. And as you can see, it's getting dark in this corner. but if I timed it correctly and I'm actually paying attention, as soon as I start digging out here, there's more wood. I'm doing a really good job showing off my incredibly thought out and well planned design, aren't I? And this is my last pickaxe. As I cut into what I was looking for. And we have daylight. As I just said, I never go, I always think I've gone too far, but it turns out I haven't gone enough. It's the block next to it that cuts into that corner piece. There we are. But once there was darkness, there is now light. And that's it from a pickaxe. Well, I know where I left off now. A decent haul of stone. Alright, so we'll put more cobblestone in each of the furnaces here. But I won't, mostly because I don't have enough room. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to pull the old stone out. Since it's already at a full stack, the new stone won't cook until the old stone gets removed. So, because I don't feel like trying to figure out where I last put it all, it'll be ready to go once I'm done. Once I get around to making more stone. I want that stone drop. I mean, I probably left a whole bunch of other stone behind just like that, but I didn't notice the other stone, and I noticed that one. Alright, and I can just keep going around and around and around. Eventually, I will dig out all the way around through here, and then just keep going and going and going until I hit the outer wall. And I notice that I'll hit the outer wall because I'll find torches already built there. That's why I put the torches down first. Oh, there is a spider in here. Hello. Goodbye. So did I put windows on the side that's actually underground? And it turns out I did not. Okay, cool. Alright, so for my next trick, let's go back and check out the spruce that I had chopped down. Someone decided to eat a sheep. Oh look, it's a merchant. It's the same merchant. Now I just realized, last episode I had a whole bunch of foxes running around in the area. I haven't seen them yet, but then again I have spent most of this episode underground. So I may not have gotten around to seeing them just yet. But I think a new patch did download between then and now, so it may have moved their target biome and it's no longer technically fox country. I'm just going to help myself to the spruce because A, it's right here, and B... Oh, look, there's a fox. And B, well, there really is no B, it's just right here, so I'm going to help myself to the spruce. I did plant it, so I do consider it mine, so as long as I don't, harm other people with it, I fail to see why I can't just use it upon my whim. Given the fact that I'm playing single player, I fail to see how anybody would be in this area to be harmed. So I think this is single player. It'd be very weird if some mysterious random person just suddenly showed up. Out of the blue, all creepy like. And by out of the blue, I don't mean when the trader disappears because he feels threatened. That's the same fox. But that does answer the question about it, whether or not this is still fox country. Right, time to go tree mining. Right after I kill this cow.
Why did I kill the cow? Because it was there and it's food. Next question. Make it a fun one.
The oak sapling's growing more evenly than this. Weird. Oh well. I honestly do not remember how far I actually dug. Not dug, planted these trees. Although given the fact that I am basically cutting into the open again, I'm assuming the corner is right here because this is the last vertical chunks of oak I'm seeing. And given the fact that that's actually down. Is night falling again? Night is falling again. Okay. Really should check the position of the sun. Could also just simply build a clock. That'd be nice. Should also pick a direction as to which way I'm going. Because I guess I didn't go high enough on one side because there's still plenty of wood vertically. Well, I guess I don't technically need to lop it all down. I want to, though. No, normally I like working around and around and around, but then again, normally normally I wouldn't run out of axes. Well, probably would. Did have 3 axes and I burned through pretty much all of them. But anyway, as I was saying, I would also eat food because I'm hungry. Anyway, usually I'd be working around and around and around, but then again, usually all the spruce sap, well, all the oak saplings would be fully grown. And I'd be a lot cleaner about it. Although I have picked up some apples, so it's not a total loss. Do some generic housekeeping. There, put you there, put you there. Some dirt. Yeah, it should be good for now. Now I do like I've actually built up the quarry enough so that way I could actually just simply walk through and then jump up here. But I'm used to just running around, so that's what I end up doing. Yeah, a lot of the saplings for some reason didn't grow. Actually rather weird. I wonder if they changed the amount of space the saplings need, or the growth time, or what it considers light sources from. Although to be fair, a decent amount of them actually did sprout. I mean, I think only, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 didn't? Out of how many did I put down? 12. 12 didn't sprout out of, what, 24-ish? How many groups of 8 did I put down? I don't actually remember. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so 4 groups of 8, so that's 32, and about 12 didn't sprout. So that's actually about a third. It's larger than I would have thought. I mean, usually I wait until like all but one have sprouted, but of course, usually I make the outer sections of core, including like the torch pillars and the walls that appear above ground, out of stone. But because I need a large amount of stone for Nimbus City Above the Clouds, and as I stated before, yes, its full name is Nimbus City Above the Clouds. You just can't call it Nimbus, because I'm weird and crazy like that. Of course, I also don't have nearly as many torches, usually. But you would think, if anything, it would make the trees more prone to sprout, as opposed to not sprouting as much. What was that? Oh, it's a little sheep. I'm glad the wolves don't go hungry. I mean, that dog's been sitting there for several episodes, so a couple hours, which is at least a couple weeks in game, and he hasn't gone hungry. So that's a plus. Of course, watch as I say that they start instituting a animal hunger level. Who does in fact require food. Oh, look, a chicken. Alright, so for now, let's just clear out some of the inventory. Or not. I only really need 8 squares of inventory free. Now to grab all the stone out of the furnaces. And the next stone that I put in, it will now start cooking. Meantime, because there's all stone, where is... Oh, they were stone bricks. Alright, so now that we got 8 things of stone bricks, we shall now double check to make certain all the leaf blocks, all the oak leaf blocks have gone away, and to collect all the treasures. And look, there's a new oak tree. That might actually have been one of the sprouts that didn't sprout the last time. Alright, and now we work on Nimbus. City above the clouds. I actually forgot that part. Now, I just said like 10, 15, 20 minutes ago that the full name is City Nimbus above the clouds, and you can't just simply say Nimbus. What do? I say Nimbus. Can't even follow my own rules. Another thing, I wonder, where exactly did I leave off? But I see where I left off. It's right there. Let's get half of what I have here. Then we can just work our way around. Fix that real quick. Hmm? Yes, it's a city above the clouds. No, the clouds only cover the bottom half of the bottom blocks, which puts those blocks above the clouds. Arguably, yes, they are technically in the clouds, however, they sit, as I said, halfway above it. So they're only partially in the clouds. And on that same note, you could argue that they're not in the clouds either. And they're certainly not below the clouds, because the clouds don't fly above them. And the majority of the city doesn't sit inside the cloud. So therefore, it is the city above. It is Nimbus, the city above the clouds.
Yes, I am the one arguing with the stuffed animal. I should point out you're the stuffed animal arguing with the person, so who's got it worse? Yes, it is me. I know.
Yes, I know I missed a block. I'm going to go back for it when I feel like it. And it's raining again. Of course, now I can't tell if the sun's still up. It usually starts raining at night, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a run for it. Whee! No, I was actually slightly afraid I'd hit that island. Yep, it's nighttime. Looks like I actually missed some wood blocks. Leaf blocks only remain in that clump if there's still a wood block to feed it. So while I'm thinking about it, where's my dirt? Let's go and deal with this real quick. There you are. There's actually two of them. Might even be a three. I'm not seeing them. Oh yeah, now they're starting to go away. Well, we'll find out if there's another wood block in there once they all die off in a couple minutes, and there's still leaf blocks around. In the meantime, I have a massive project out of stone that floats in the air above the clouds. I was not paying attention to that. To continue working on. Okay, so that's my entire shipment of stone. I'm now 1, 2, 3, 9, so about 18 blocks in out of 65. So we should be good there. I always do enjoy the view. As I almost face plant into some, I think that was gravel. But character didn't die and wasn't injured, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Don't quite know what I picked up, because I wasn't looking down. I figured these things would be done by now, but no, they're just over halfway. And there's still this iron that I had finished making. And one of the many things I like making out of the first iron that I find are buckets. Making 2 buckets. Because buckets allows me to carry water. In addition to the remaining 2 iron that I make, that I have will be made into shears. Because there's plenty of stuff out there that I just can't get access to without buckets or shears. Like vines, I need shears to gather actual vines and leaf blocks, I believe. Whereas buckets are required for water and lava, and there's plenty of things that I can build and make and use water for as well as lava, but I be able to do it because I don't have buckets. But now I have buckets. Also, you get more wool from sheep, and the sheep doesn't die when you shear it with a pair of shears, as opposed to trying to shear it with a sword. Didn't get done as much as I would have liked, but then again, I very rarely plan these things out much ahead of time. I mean, I'm just running around building things. Probably not the most stimulating of videography. Even a word? Even using that word correctly? Do I even care? Probably not to any of those questions, but yeah, so progress has been made. On that note, I shall call it here.
Everybody stay safe from the plague and have a good day.